Hello and welcome to this quick guide on tips for improving performance as a SOO examiner and marker. We wish to enhance and support your familiarity with the SOO structure with preparation for the role and the marking rubric. Starting with SOO structure. In the exam, the candidate will present with a sticker which you then attach to the mark sheet, and once that is achieved you press the timer, and that's when marking and communication begins. We may try to recreate this during our SOO preparation nights. When the candidate asks, "So how can I help?" the first 15-minute prompt is given. It's really important that you stay on script with this and just offer the statement that is recorded in the character information sheet. It's not unusual for candidates to ask, "Are there any other problems I can help you with?" And it's really important that you do not offer the second 10-minute prompt and the second problem at this time. Miraculously, that problem will arise at 10 minutes. At the 10-minute prompt, please offer again just a scripted line that is written. Do not embellish in any way, because this reduces validity and increases inconsistency between characters. It's important the 10-minute prompt is given around the 10-minute mark. However, you could extend this maybe to the 9-minute mark, so 6 minutes have elapsed in this encounter. Or if the candidate is out of ideas around 11 minutes, then it's not unreasonable to perhaps offer this 10-minute prompt at that stage. The 7-minute prompt is not mandatory. Prompts 1 and problem 2 are mandatory. If you feel the candidate has gone off track or needs a little bit of help, then the 7-minute prompt should be given to help remind them that there was a first problem as well. Finally, the 3-minute prompt must be visual and verbal. So you have 3 minutes left, must be verbalized, and also 3 fingers raised to the candidate. From 3 minutes until time's up, no new information should be offered. So yes, no answers are very reasonable, and if the candidate asks, remind me, I understand the relationship between you and your partner is ill at ease, tell me more about that. Again, just confirmation that there is an issue there should be offered, but no deeper information or understanding should be offered, because that was not achieved during the 12 minutes that were available for that information. Familiarity with the marking rubric is really important to be able to mark candidates effectively and consistently. The marking rubric looks like this, with 6 sections, 2 sections being 1 and 2 for problem identification 1 and 2. Problems at section 3 is for social and developmental context. Sections 4 and 5 are for problem 1 and 2 management, and section 6 is your gut feeling for how the consultation was organised. In each of section 1 to 5 there are marks available for the information gathering and management plan, but also for the illness experience, better known as 5. To achieve superior certificate, please look at the marking rubric. Some of the older SOO characters have slightly varying marking rubrics, but generally superior certificate has to achieve points 1, 2, 3 and 4. Certificate points 1, 2 and 3, and non-certificate does not achieve either point 1, point 2 or point 3. So they may achieve points 1 and 2 but not 3, and so they become a non-certificate. Similarly, if they miss point 1 or point 2, they're non-certificate. Here's a typical problem identification for someone with postnatal depression. So to achieve certificate level, stems 1, 2 and 3 must be achieved. That's current symptoms, history of current symptoms and risk. In current symptoms and under each of the stems, 50% of the bullet points must be achieved. So in stems 1, there are 5 bullet points, and so 3 of those must be achieved. In stem 2, there are 3 bullet points, and so 2 of those must be achieved, and similarly in stem 3. Achieving less than 50% does not achieve that stem as being appropriately identified. For the illness experience, again, please read what the college states as factors which show superior status versus non-certificate status. Generally, superior certificates use five in language which is understandable to patients and human beings, rather than the non-certificate level, which often follows this auto 5 of the character saying, I have lung cancer. Oh, and how do you feel about that? What's your ideas about this? How does this affect your function? And what do you expect of me in this consultation? Non-certificate candidates for the illness experience often don't make good eye contact, do not create effective rapport, and use glib statements such as, I'm here to support you, I'm here to support you, I'm sorry to hear this, often without sincerity and far too frequently. So, for example, in the postnatal depression problem identification, points will be given in the illness experience for identifying 5, as in the character states that they feel sad, ashamed, that their idea is that she'd be okay if she could get some sleep. Impact on function is through the house being a mess and personal care being limited, and they expect the family doctor will help them feel better. If you record candidates as being superior or non-certificate, then please record some information so the candidate may use this. So, for example, if in part 1 or category 1 they do not achieve STEM question number 1, then they can't be certificate, and so they do not achieve certificate status on problem 1. In question 5, if they do not achieve parts 2 and 3, similarly record that so the candidate can understand what important information they missed. If you want to provide any supportive feedback, then commenting on behaviours is really, really important rather than inference. So the candidate didn't make good eye contact throughout the encounter and did not respond to cues given on suggested issues with relationships, rather than poor communication skills. Similarly, if someone is superior, please provide information which helps them understand why they were superior and what they did to achieve that. When playing the character, we try to be as consistent as we can, and people vary on a spectrum between doves and hawks. Don't give information away too easily. You may feel that you want to help the candidate, but this is hard love, and in the long run that isn't helpful. As candidates progress through residency, they should become more and more adept and skilled at getting relevant information out. And so if you're asked, and how's the family, please don't blurt out all the information you know about the family. Statements along the line, well, how do you mean, so that the candidate can drill down and explore more, is much more helpful than simply giving points away that were not justified. Similarly, don't withhold information that is going to throw the candidate off. Have fun with the character and be the character. I feel the more you can get under the skin of the character, the more you can respond appropriately as that character would. I hope we've achieved some of the objectives we set out, and I hope this has been helpful for you. If there are any issues, please contact me, but I hope on the SOO night that we can talk about any outstanding issues that have arisen from this and clarify those. Thank you.